Hey everyone, Jordan here with 9 to 5 Toys, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Joby Mobile Vlogging Kit. You're probably not doing many travel adventures right now, or at least you shouldn't be, but if you are creating some content at home or you're looking for other ways to stabilize your video and get better audio and better lighting, the Mobile Vlogging Kit combines the GorillaPod Mobile rig with the Wavo Mobile mic and Beamo Mini LED light for an all-in-one package priced at $200. And when you put all these things together, you have a nice way to stabilize your phone and have a tripod on the go and also able to clamp it onto anything. You have some great audio from the Wavo, and then you also have some light from the Beamo. So let's test all these out and see how they perform. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. So at the base of this mobile vlogging kit is the GorillaPod Mobile rig, which is just the GorillaPod and then these two adjustable arms here. So it adds two other arms with quarter 20 mounts on the end. And so then what upgrades this to the mobile vlogging kit is the addition of the microphone and the LED light. So first off, let's take a quick look at everything that comes in this vlogging kit package. There is a little bit of assembly acquired once you get everything out of the package, but that lets you build out the kit to exactly what you want for whatever situation you're in. So you put your phone mount on the GorillaPod, you screw on the two adjustable arms, and then with those set up, there are plenty of options for mounting the microphone and the LED light. The microphone does come with this shock mount and dead cat, as I call it, which is just a great way to help reduce any sort of impact noise when you're moving the microphone. And this fuzzy piece, which is referred to as a dead cat, helps to block out wind noise. Obviously, if it's really fast wind, really high wind speeds, it's not going to block out everything, but it does a really great job in just like normal everyday use. Over on the Beamo, on the LED light, in the instruction manual, it says that this little silicone diffuser, that's best for using when you are recording yourself. So if you have it in selfie mode or whatever, that just helps kind of diffuse and soften the light a little bit. But it's not as bright as when you remove this and then just have the single LED light just shining out. So depending on your situation, you might want to use this silicone diffuser on top of it, but you don't always need to use it. For the microphone, it does come with two different cables and also a iPhone Lightning dongle. So obviously you can just, on the back of the microphone, there is a 3.5mm jack that you can plug into that. And then you can either run it to your iPhone or to your Android or whatever kind of phone, any kind of device you have. Or you can choose the other included cable, which would work for plugging it into like a DSLR or any other camera like that. It's a standard tip ring sleeve 3.5mm jack. So it's nice to have the variety in there because you can use it for multiple devices instead of just one. Also included in the package, we have a USB Type-C cable for charging the Beamo LED light, so nice that it's Type-C. We also have a GoPro mount, so that's great if you want to use a GoPro as well. And then we have a couple other cold shoe accessories as well to go with the Beamo. So lots of little accessories you can play around with and just really build out this rig however you want for your situation. All right, so first up, let's take a look at the Wavo Mini microphone. Joby does have the Wavo, which is a little bit bigger. And both of these, they share a pretty similar design to what you would get from Rode with some of their microphones. But we'll take this cover off here. You can see the actual microphone itself. And it comes disassembled. It's not in the shotgun mount. And it does take quite a bit of force to get it in this suspended mount here. So it doesn't feel like it's going to come out very easily. And so like we said, that just kind of helps to minimize some of the shock you would get because you're probably going to be moving around with the Joby when you're filming. So that just helps to kind of block out any sort of noise that would be, any sort of impact noise that would be transferred through the actual device. It's a cardioid pattern, so that means it's going to pick up audio in front of it and not so much behind it. So that's great for directional audio. So it's going to help you, if you're talking in a loud situation, there's a lot of background noise, this is just going to help you kind of pick up your voice and not the background stuff. You can see on the bottom here, we have both a cold shoe mount and then quarter 20 thread in here, so you can mount this thing wherever you want on the mobile vlogging kit. And I went outside to test a little bit of the audio, so we'll hop over to that and see what it sounds like coming directly from this microphone compared to my iPhone 8. And so I am using the Wavo microphone. You can hear there's a little bit of wind, there's a train in the background, So a little bit of sound out here. I am walking around to see how that shock mount does and just give you an idea of what that sounds like out here using it out in the real world. And we'll try to hide all of my kids' toys so you don't see all of those. All right, so we're still outside. Now I'm using the built-in microphone on my iPhone 8. So you can kind of hear the difference between what that sounds like and what the Wavo mic sounds like. So there you get an idea of what it sounds like. To me, it sounds like it adds a little more low end, a little more presence to it. And I do think it does a much better job of picking up directional audio and picking up whatever's in front of it. So I had it mounted on top of the phone clip here, but I'll mount it to the arm now just to show the variety of places that you can mount the microphone. So just quickly screws on there, and then you can adjust the arm to wherever you want that to be. So depending on, what you're shooting, what you're recording, and what other accessories you have, you can choose where you want the microphone. All right, so next let's talk about the Beamo Mini LED light. The Mini is rated to about 1000 lumens, so it's still plenty bright. Turning it on in here full power, it's hard to look at my camera with it turned on. The normal Beamo I think is 1500 lumens, so a little bit brighter. They share a lot of the same features. They're both waterproof up to 30 meters. You can feel comfortable using the Beamo, in any situation you would be using it. As far as battery life, on a full charge at full power, the Beamo will run out of battery in about 40 minutes. But if you step that down to the lowest power rating, it'll last for a little over 6 hours. So depending on what sort of lighting situation you're in, you can kind of dial that into whatever you need. In a situation in here in my studio, I would usually use it on the lowest or like second lowest setting. So that should give me plenty of runtime when using that. And I would think in most situations that would be enough light. Obviously, this isn't going to light an entire scene, but it's great having a light right next to your camera so you get a little bit more fill on your face or on your subject. It helps to add a little more catch light in your eyes, so a nice little twinkle, which shows up really well in video, and it just evens out the light in general. I walked around outside for a little bit and then shot in my studio here to give you some examples of what that looks like. So let's hop over and take a look at that. So here you can see it's about 2 in the afternoon. The sun's like right above me. I'm wearing a hat. So you can see my visor is shadowing my face. If I turn the light off, you can see it's a little bit worse. So if you turn that back on, it does help to bounce a little bit of light in there, kind of help offset that. But obviously these are pretty extreme lighting conditions, so they're not the greatest for this. Here inside the studio, it's a little messy right now, but whatever. So I have the little silicone, I guess you would call it diffuser, over the light. It's supposed to be better for faces. And I have it, let's see here, let's go down. Here it is on the lowest setting, and we'll turn it off real quick. So you can kind of see in this setting, it's not great. So here I am looking. I do have 3 windows, and obviously I have that light on back there. So I have a little bit of backlight going on here, just depending on whichever way I'm facing in here. So if we turn on the light, it'll put some more light on my face, and this is in the lowest setting. So if we turn it up, that'll help to kind of even that out a little bit. And so it's not as washed out. It looks a little bit better. So yeah, that's just an example of what it looks like inside, a little bit of a better lighting condition to use a light. And yeah, it is a smaller light, so it's obviously going to struggle with combating the sun outside. But in indoor situations, it helps just to keep things even. As you can see, as I circle around here and change the light, everything stays very even. Whereas if I turn it off, and my phone compensates for that. As I turn around, the light is constantly changing and doesn't look as even. So yeah, it's really helpful indoors. So with the Beamo, I put the diffuser back on here, and there are 2 buttons on back here, and that's how you turn it on and enter pairing mode if you're connecting it to your phone for the app. But that's also how you control the brightness. One steps up the brightness and one steps it down. So I've got the diffuser on here, and right now we're in the lowest setting. So we'll start bumping up, and that's all the way at 5. And if I put it on my face, you can see here that it does a great job of lighting. Obviously, the closer you get, the hotter it's going to be. But at normal kind of vlogging distance, it does add a nice fill on that side. Feels kind of equal to the key light that I'm using here. And then if we take off that silicone diffuser, you can see it gets a lot brighter, but it's also a lot more direct as well. So you're gonna get, harsh shadows, and it's not as soft as using the diffuser. So we'll step that back down to the lowest setting, put the diffuser back on, and yeah, it's just a nice way to add some nice light if you are recording and keep your light a little bit more even. So I've been really impressed with the Beamo. Even if you're not using the mobile vlogging kit, having a little mini LED light like this is just great to have. Another thing with the Beamo is that it is Bluetooth enabled. So you can connect it to your phone and control it through an app. And another reason you can do that is because you can link multiple Beamos together and then put them in groups and control them all together. So the app to me felt a little bit cumbersome if you're just using one light. It felt pretty unnecessary. It does have, video and photo features in there if you're going to record within the app, but I don't know if you're really going to be doing that or using another application. So if you just have a single light like what is here in the kit, then to me the app felt a little too cumbersome to really justify using it. You can still control the light just fine, just on the actual device itself. One other cool quick feature on the Beamo is that the back of it is magnetic, so you can attach it to any metal object and it'll stick there. So that just adds a whole nother realm of possibilities of where to put this light to light yourself or light your scene. So we've already shown a couple of examples in use with the microphone and the Beamo, so you have an idea of what all that's like. The GorillaPod itself, I mean, the legs feel plenty sturdy. I feel like it's going to hold the phone just fine. I'd feel comfortable clamping it onto anything. It's not very heavy. It's very lightweight, even with all these things on here. So holding it with a phone, it wasn't too tiring on your arm. It felt like I could hold it for a while. And yeah, Joby has just made a name for itself in the content creator vlogging world. I mean, a lot of the big names are using the Joby just because of its versatility. And so this mobile vlogging kit just takes that versatility and adds a little bit more by adding the microphone and the LED light all in one awesome package. The actual phone mount works really well. There's a screw nut, little screw thing on here that you use to adjust both the clamp, to actually clamp onto your device, and that's how you adjust the orientation as well, whether you're portrait or landscape. And so that's one thing that was a little bit annoying in my testing, because anytime I'd want to change orientation, if I was doing vertical or horizontal, I would, loosen it up to turn it, and then if I didn't remember to hold it back down, then it would be loose on my phone, so there's a chance I could slip out and fall. I think in most normal practical use, you're probably choosing your orientation first, and you're probably not changing it while you're creating your content. So that's probably not an issue for most people, but if you are changing the orientation, just keep that in mind that you do need to make sure that it is secure on your phone once you rotate it. So we'll just mount it on here, show you how quick and easy that is. And obviously I'm using my iPhone 8, and I still have my quad lock case on here with my little kickstand on there as well. I had no issues mounting everything on here. Just slide it down, apply some force while you're clamping it so it's nice and secure on there, and then there you have it. The phone is secure. All right, and so with that, I'd be ready to go. I also just plugged in the cable for the microphone as well, which there are no batteries in the microphones. That's great. You don't have to worry about changing that out. And we'll turn on the light here, and there you go. You can see it's just that simple to get up and running with the mobile vlogging kit with the Joby. I also tested this, the mount with my wife's phone. She has an iPhone 7 Plus, and even in the OtterBox case that she has installed, the Joby clamp worked just fine to hold that, and it felt really secure. It wasn't, moving the mount or anything like that. Everything felt really secure in there. So overall, the GorillaPod Mobile Vlogging Kit from Joby is just a great way to get everything you need to really shoot some quality video from your phone. It's always a good idea to have another dedicated microphone and get some better audio, and having some light is always good as well, especially because you'll be on the go and not always in ideal lighting situations. It's not the cheapest. The total price for the kit is $200, but what you're getting for that is some really high quality products. You're getting the nice microphone with the cardioid pattern, you're getting the LED light that has some nice features, and I've tried some of the cheaper kind of flexible tripods like this that I've found on Amazon, some really cheap ones, and they're just not great. The quality was not very good with the ones that I tried. So you really are buying a reputable brand, a reputable name with the Joby GorillaPod. So what do you think of the Joby GorillaPod Mobile Vlogging Kit? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.